Hey skiers, I'm Jeff from skiessentials.com.
I'm Bob. Happy Friday.
Welcome back to our Top 5 Friday ski industry news videos. I've been gone for about a week.
About a week,
exactly. Bob, thanks for holding down the fort.
Matt helped too.
Yeah, you guys did some cool stuff too. You skied a bunch without me, and it was snowy and deep and powdery and sunny and awesome.
I think this is the third time you've left us this winter, and each time has been wonderful skiing here. So thank you.
You're welcome. So kind of light on content this week. We did share the Rustler 9 behind the scenes ski test video yesterday.
Yep.
Not only were those fun to film, they've actually been really fun for me to edit because it's I get to kind of relive the 3 days of the ski tests a little bit. And there's several more of those to share. I think the next one is ARV 106 and ARV 106 Ti. So look out for that. And then next week we'll also get back into kind of more of a normal schedule for content, potentially some sender-free 100 stuff. Who knows what else? We got plenty to talk about. And then as far as sales are concerned, we're still kind of in that spring period of price drops. Couple coming up, so there'll be price drop announcement tomorrow as well as Monday. Stay tuned to see what those are. I feel like that's more fun than to just say it right now.
I agree.
Yeah.
They'll know. They'll figure it out.
They'll figure it out. Yeah, we'll send out newsletters and stuff like that. And then I've been in Colorado the past week coaching at USASA Nationals. Matt McGinnis, who normally writes the Top 5 Fridays article, he's actually coaching junior freeride nationals right now. I don't think I quite got that title right. And we thought it would be fun to next week do kind of like a recap of junior national events.
I was actually looking for results.
Of USASA?
Of USASA. There was some snowboard stuff. I couldn't find the ski stuff.
You'd have to go to live heats, Bob.
Okay.
So even though the USASA side is wrapped up, we're going to save kind of the official recap to next week. But just wanted to give a shout out to all the kids that I coach. I should correct myself there. A couple of them are adults.
Athletes.
I was asking them on the traillift. I was like, "Are you guys adults?"
Yeah.
I think 2 of them have recently turned 18. But no, it's just seriously great job. I don't know that any of them watch Top 5 Fridays, but I figure we'll put it out there anyways. I'd say especially big shout out to the older kids that had to go out there and hit the copper big jump line.
Right.
Because here in Vermont we don't have big jumps like that, and it's pretty darn intimidating when you go from hitting what a quote-unquote big jump in Vermont is to one of the biggest park jumps in the country.
Right.
The third jump in the copper big line. So yeah, really proud of those kids, and we'll share more next week.
Sweet.
In that light, Matt's gone. I was gone. So not only did you write it, but you're going to host the video too, Bob. So the rest of this is all you.
At least I know it. One of these is going to come back to you in your Colorado experience here, Jeff.
I know which one.
Yeah. So topic number 1 here. This is kind of a reader's poll that they took on snowbrains.com of the top 4 trends that readers noticed and commented on for the 24-25 ski season.
Now, I have a question before
Yes.
we get into this. I didn't really read through this in detail because I thought it would be more fun to talk about it here. Are these general trends or gear-specific trends?
It was what did you notice most about this year? And then
perfect.
Checking those
I'm
things.
excited to find out what this is.
And in true David Letterman fashion, we'll go backwards. So number 4, the fourth most noticed was ski culture and kind of the increase or the rise of drinking and drugs on the ski hill.
Oh,
so that came in at 15.9% of people commented on.
And was this open
ski culture?
Was this open-ended feedback?
Yes.
Rather than multiple choice?
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
I would not have guessed that.
Well, you got to think too, what have you noticed more? Maybe the respondents weren't as seasoned as some other people. Maybe it's their 5th year skiing and not their 25th.
Sure.
So your frame of reference might be different.
Interesting.
Number 3, and this is where you're going to come in, was fashion. So 25.4% of respondents noticed that about fashion trends.
Why do I come in here?
Because I feel like your USASA Nationals is like the epicenter of forward fashion and
True.
unique things. So like they noted baggy pants, short hoodies,
Yep.
vintage sunglasses.
Yep.
Those were the 3 big things that people noticed. And I was kind of thinking that maybe kind of more the fast fashion stuff like Dope Snow and Montec have like leveled off and people aren't noticing them as much anymore.
Yeah,
either
sure.
because they're either everywhere or those people don't wear them anymore.
I would
don't
also
know.
argue that like Montec and Dope Snow were not pushing fashion. They were taking like
Right.
existing style and like making it cheap. You know what I mean? Like
So-
a Montec kit to me doesn't look that dissimilar to like Flylow,
Right.
but it's like worse.
Yeah.
You know, and like that's the angle that they went in. Where I think you're spot on with that. Like the kids at USASA Nationals, like they are pushing the fashion side of the sport, and like
Yeah.
I remember being a part of that when I was that age too, and like tall tees and just like
Yeah.
weird like normal quote unquote normal people look at you like you're a fool, and I can't help but actually like look at some of the kids I coach sometimes, and I'm
Right.
like, that's weird, like.
Yeah. What are you wearing?
And it's
Come
not
on.
even like it totally wouldn't be fair for me to say like that's not like practical or functional.
Yeah.
Because when I was that age, I was layering cotton,
Right.
So, yeah, but it is, and all those things are spot on. Like the other thing that's really interesting that you see a lot are like a lot of the new outerwear companies are producing those pants. Like that's
The super baggy
the super
pants?
baggy pants, like Capiche would be like a great example. But what's particularly interesting to me is it's very common to see somebody wearing like Capiche or similar brand pants with like a proper sized Arc'teryx jacket.
Huh.
Yeah, and you're like, that's a weird combination.
Weird combo.
And like, yeah, the style is definitely like the jackets and or sweatshirts need to stop at your waist.
Yeah, they don't go below your belt.
No, which like, is the antithesis of what we wore back
Right.
in the early 2000s
Yeah.
when it was like, let's get these things down to our knees.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, I thought that was fun. Number 2, etiquette showed up on 28.6% of the responses.
For better or for worse.
Yeah, these all seem pretty negative to me.
Figured.
Kind of this ongoing fight that I saw a lot of this year on the social medias of not racking your skis or
I
snowboards.
saw a lot of that
Like,
too.
that was a big one.
Yeah.
Speakers is ubiquitous. Phone use and just a sheer lack of respect was noted. Just whether for your fellow skiers and snowboarders or mountain employees or other people in online forums, just not a whole lot of respect going on.
Yeah. I think it's like fair to say that there's a slightly above average amount of entitlement in skiing.
Yeah, and that one kind of filters into the number 1 result, which is safety. So 30.2% of respondents noted that safety was a big issue with.
Yeah. And those things kind of
with
go
this-
hand in hand.
They do. But safety, people were noting that people are going too fast, skiing too aggressively, not really looking or caring what's going on,
Yeah.
and kind of blaming, saying like tracking apps and technology and even influencer culture is partially to blame here. But
There's so many different things that go into that. Like the kind of like vacation mindset,
right,
or like, I always refer to it as like the like Disney World effect.
yeah,
Where like I do think that certain people, and I think it's more subconscious than like a chosen thought process, but like, yeah, they feel like they're on vacation at like,
yeah. It's an illusion of safety
right,
or a lack of danger,
yeah.
and that can get you.
Spend a week at USASA Nationals, and
Yeah.
you will be
Yeah.
you'll walk away without that illusion of safety. That's
Right.
for sure.
But yeah, that was fun. Just kind of looking back on
Yeah.
the ski season and seeing what people thought and what kind of jumped out in their
I
minds.
mean, I would have just said double boa.
Yeah, I mean, this was definitely not technology based,
Yeah.
apparently.
Yeah.
But
Clearly.
that'll be one for you. Number 2, this is an article from Powder Magazine. Ian Greenwood reports on why do ski areas close with a bunch of snow? And we kind of hear
To
this
spite you, Bob.
because it's
to spite you.
it's in your face.
Yeah, it's because they already have your money.
I know. Well, actually, that does end up being the reason. Like I wouldn't say growing up, but at least in my adult skiing life, I was always under the impression that, especially in Colorado and stuff like that, like out west areas, that the Forest Service said you can't operate past April 15th because of elk migration or bighorn sheep.
Which does happen.
That does happen, but the U.S. Forest Service says that is not the norm.
Yeah,
That the ski area permit holder determines from a business decision, which is you have my money and I'm not spending anymore, that's why you close. And I'd say most years here in Vermont, Stowe could stay open for at least a few more weeks if they so desire to pick and move snow.
Yep.
Like this year, no problem. But in years past, they've had to scrape and really push to make their anticipated closing date. And every resort is different based on their business decisions. So I've always felt like Stowe here, they set a budget. They're like, we're operating for 150 days.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how much snow we have, doesn't matter. You go into the parking lot these days and there's 6 cars there.
Yeah.
None of them are taking lessons or buying lunch.
Yeah.
They're all pass holders. Even before Epic, like they were still all pass holders.
Right.
And the mountain had their money.
Yeah, there's no more revenue coming
Right.
in.
No more revenue coming in. So everyone kind of makes their own business decision. And it's not usually elk or bighorn sheep or...
But it sometimes is.
They can make those, U.S. Forest Service can make that call,
Yeah.
but they generally don't.
Yeah. Breckenridge, right? Breckenridge always closed for elk migration, or are we saying potentially not?
So the author here is noting that resorts can lean on that reasoning as,
Oh, kind of an excuse.
a little smokescreen to close early with a full load of snow.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
You're saying that the elk could still migrate if I was skiing.
Yes.
When you put it that way.
Whether the mountain's open or not,
It sure
they're going to
could.
come through. So
Huh.
I don't think it has much to do with the elk. But that was their take anyway.
Yeah, and I joke a little bit about they already have your money thing, but
Yeah.
it is true too. They're running a business. You
Yeah.
can't just you can't give things away. So, I think it's easy to get upset about it, but when you look at it from an operations perspective,
Yeah.
it makes sense. You can't keep a golf course open in Vermont through November.
Yeah.
There's probably 3 days in November that you could golf, but
They're not going to staff.
to keep
for
to
those
staff the
days.
place, and
Yeah.
then you have nobody coming and playing.
Right.
So
But there are places that do stay open, and like Killington here in Vermont,
Mammoth.
Arapahoe Basin, Mammoth in California, all good examples of places that make that business decision. They're like,
Yeah.
we're going to stay open, and then also it will consolidate people to those areas.
well, and then they kind of lean on that.
Right. That's our thing.
That's part of their brand and part of their marketing
Yep.
and part of their pitch and feel.
And we have been talking about Black Mountain in New Hampshire quite a bit. We talked about it last Friday when you weren't here. But they posted the other day that they're going to stay open till May 4th.
I saw that they were making snow.
They're making snow.
Yeah.
So, there's a good example of a company that is more interested in pushing that line of their business.
Yeah,
So,
it's cool.
yeah, interesting to think about. Number 3 here, Jeff. If you're not done skiing and you want to keep skiing, guess what? There's a whole half of the earth that turns to winter as soon as we go to summer.
Yeah,
So
I know.
this is looking ahead a little bit, but again from Snowbrains, this was a fun one that just popped up about how you can use your pass to ski in the Southern Hemisphere. So if you're specifically Icon and Epic, there are Southern Hemisphere options here. I would obviously advise you to check your pass status and see where, like, I'd assume that you have to keep paying in order for it to work, but I don't know if you buy it last year, then it works through the summer this year, or if you have to be re-upped. I don't know.
I don't either.
I would make sure to check that before you book your trip to New Zealand. But Icon passes have resorts in Thredbo and Mount Buller in Australia, and Coronet Peak, the Remarkables, and Mount Hutt in New Zealand, and Valle Nevado in Chile. And if you have an Epic Pass holder, you can ski at Perisher, Falls Creek, or Hotham in Australia. And there are a couple more in there that are more like Mountain Collective that have a few days here and there, but not full on. I've never really had the itch to push on through, and ski at Killington until June, and then hop on a plane and go to Australia and ski the whole year.
I don't think that's because of your lack of love for the sport.
No.
I
live here.
I think it's more, I was just going to say, I think it's more of a like Vermont winter thing.
Yeah.
If you've spent winters in really like any northern New England area, by the end of it, you just don't want to be cold anymore. Yeah. You know, like it's brutal here in the winter.
Yeah.
I love it here in the winter, but it's also like,
I like how it ends.
yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
Right, it's nice.
Yeah.
And then like, yeah, I don't know. So I think that's a big part of it.
But there are options out there, and as always, you could easily head to glacier skiing in Europe if you have some type of pass. But I think it throws an interesting wrinkle in normal summer vacations. Like if you normally take 2 weeks and go to Cape Cod and want to switch it up and have one of these passes, you could go somewhere else. So those are real things you can do. Number 4 and 4.5 here, this is a combination of, this is like a little 2-pack from Purgatory ski area in Colorado, in southwest Colorado. Part 1 here, I just took this from 9 News in Denver, that Purgatory is adding a new lift and more ski trails this summer. They kind of, I don't know if you're familiar with this area, but it kind of starts right by the road and then goes in. So the front side is close to the main road, and then it gets backside as it goes further back. So this new lift will be more serving the front side. New Glendale triple, up to 5 new trails and connections to the older terrain. It also looks like this thing takes off from kind of the farther end of the parking lot from the main village. So it adds like another point to get to the main mountain. This is also allowing them to kind of upgrade seasonal workers and make them year-round to be a part of this project. So more workforce getting added to this, which is good. And then the bad part is that they're going to have to put their bike park on hiatus this summer. So
well,
that's how it goes.
Double-edged sword.
Yep. And then number B here from On the Snow, Purgatory was awarded a Reader's Choice as North America's best ski area for beginners.
It would have been ironic if they got named Best Bike Park.
I know. Maybe it's sweet. Maybe I didn't look at the summer version of this. Combination of great terrain, good ski school, and they have a free beginner's experience, which is a free 45-minute ski lesson when you buy a lift ticket and rentals.
That's pretty awesome.
So if you've never skied before and you want to go and
sweet.
Have someone help you out, you get 45-minute lesson for free.
That's awesome.
Yeah, when you get your stuff.
I mean, that's like enough to at least get like a brand new skier comfortable with like lifts and like, part of like learning how to ski is like learning like how to
be on the ski area.
Navigate a ski area. Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's great, and yeah, good for Purgatory for making the news twice this week.
Yeah, impressive.
Edits here.
I saw you had a lot.
I got 5. They just kept popping up.
You're a big edit guy.
Number 1 here, America's most extreme ski area, which is claimed to be Silverton by James Pavlik of Rise and Alpine. Pretty cool vlog style video of his experience with Silverton and, kind of putting his own adventurous twist on it. So really interesting little video there. Number 2, My Take by Kai Jones. Always super frustrating to watch this kid ski because he's just so darn good.
Yep.
And I'm filled with jealousy. Number 3, this is interesting, Jeff. I don't know how much people know about our Stowe Snow Report, our daily update from the mountain that we do on Instagram, but Bridger Bowl in Montana does a daily video. So this isn't just one video. This is, if you go to Bridger Bowl's YouTube account and click on videos, it is like a 1 to 2 minute little edit of every day, like skiing, not talking,
Yep.
but just skiing and showing different views and skiers and snowboarders on the mountain.
Literally every ski area should do that.
I like scroll down, like there's no way they did this every day. And sure enough.
If we can do a snow report every day,
Yeah.
a ski area could
Yeah.
do that video every day. I mean, we could do a 1 to 2 minute long skiing video every day.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't be that challenging.
Well, they've done it, and to their credit, it looks really good. Like it's
The skiing or the videos?
everything.
Yeah,
It's,
sure.
you know, it's nice production. It's really good quality skiing and snowboarding. If there's an event happening, they're
They'll
kind of
film
go
it.
to the event.
Yeah.
So not really an edit, but I thought it was worth noting because I like that kind of thing. Number 4, more danger here. America's Most Dangerous Ski Run. This is Alex Hackle's take on his experience at Kings and Queens of Corbett's, and really kind of terrifying first-person view of
Yeah.
what it takes to compete in that event. And
Great guy and a good friend as well. We used to ski together a lot.
yeah, and just you know, he has a very distinct style.
He sure does.
It doesn't matter that you see those red skis. Like
Yep.
if you didn't see the red skis, you'd still be like, that's Alex Hackle.
He always
Pretty
has.
cool.
Yep.
And had to put in number 5, First Laps, Endless Vibes on Swatch 9. So this is kind of the first video to come out, a couple minutes, and just kind of the course setup and first impressions.
Was that 4 or 5?
That was 5.
Do it again. Rapid
America's Most Extreme Ski Area,
fire. Yeah.
Rising Alpine. My
Yeah.
Take, Kai Jones. Bridger Bowl Daily
Yeah,
Videos.
okay.
America's Most Dangerous
Yeah.
Run, Alex Hackle. First Laps, Endless Vibes.
I wasn't like doubting you. I'm just, my brain is barely functioning right now.
Well, after you get this edited, you can go to bed.
Thanks.
Yep.
Yeah, if the editing's terrible, it's blame coaching at
Someone
Nationals and a long travel day yesterday.
Yeah.
So anyways, I'm excited to be home. We don't really have a official closing date at Stowe. We at least have another week on snow, so we'll be doing as much as we can. We've got a lot of stuff to share that we already filmed and kind of did all the work this winter. But yeah, plenty of other stuff that we still want to get to. And
Yep.
you know, kind of going back to the topic here, even if the mountain closes, the snow's not going away anytime soon around here. So maybe we'll get creative and do some fun stuff, go touring.
Oof. Killington still runs their lifts, don't they?
Yeah, we can go to Killington and ride lifts too.
Perfect.
Anyways, hope everyone has a fantastic weekend. Enjoy watching the Masters. I'm sure you all.
I forgot to put that in there. Sorry.
That's fine. Who's your pick? We're a day and a half in.
I haven't looked at the leaderboard yet today. It's hard. I mean,
Fair.
can't do it.
I haven't looked in like an hour and a half or something,
Yeah.
but
Tony? How's Tony doing?
I don't think good.
Oh.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that Bryson DeChambeau is going to win the Masters.
Colin?
Morikawa?
Yeah.
He was playing pretty well, I think.
All right. If he's in there now, I'm going to put a vote for him.
Okay. Well, we'll recap this next week.
Yeah.
So yeah, hope everyone has a fantastic weekend, and we'll talk to you soon.
Bye.